Hey guys, so this week's Art Explained is going to be a little different than normal. I'm not going to be showing you a technique or something hands-on. I'm just going to be talking, giving some advice to other artists. My main issue that I still struggle with as an artist is not comparing myself to others. This starts from a very young age when we pit ourselves against each other in school, and even as an artist in art schools and classes, there's always this level of competition, which is, well, completely against the ideas of an art course, I feel. You're falling into the trap that really shouldn't be in that course or grouping of people at all. It shouldn't be a competition. I mean, the biggest advancement in art is the recognition of almost anything being art. And to compete it against each other is just ridiculous. So when you're in a class and you're thinking, oh my gosh, that person is so much better than me, or look how easy they do that thing, or whatever, you're really only hurting yourself, because you pretty much are never brave enough to say that to the person's face, which might actually make them feel really good and also maybe a little uncomfortable, because most of us artists or artist types do not know how to respond to praise. It makes us uncomfortable. But even if somebody were to come up to you and say nice things to you, it never happens, especially because of all of the judging and the I'm never going to be as good as them thought mentality that happens for all of us. So the biggest thing that I still struggle with is going online, finding people who do what I do but do it 1,000 times better than me and have maybe 20 years less experience than I do. So what am I supposed to do with that? Should I take that as a clue that I should stop? Is the thing that I've focused my entire life on suddenly not worth anything? No, that is not what you should do. What you're passionate about, you should stick with. And really, you should take it that because you're passionate about it, that's why you feel bad. If it didn't mean anything to you, then it wouldn't be such a big deal if you saw people doing art better than you. You're always going to be happy for the person, for their skill, but you shouldn't put yourself down thinking because you don't do as good that you're worse. I'm not sure that works in all facets of life or careers, but for the art world, it seems like putting ourselves against each other is the one thing that shouldn't be happening at all. That's why I have a hard time with competition shows. Not shows like Face Off or the Creature Shop show on Sci-Fi, because they're given distinct things to do, to accomplish. But if you ever saw a show called Work of Art, which thankfully is no longer on, it was pretty bad. You would see people being judged for their artwork in a way that was not helpful, and putting people against each other directly when it wasn't needed. It's one thing to be unclear in what you're trying to put out there as an artist, but doing it in a judging way and a prize way of the show just was completely wrong to me. It was no longer that they were winning because they didn't complete the mission of the contest of that week, like they needed to be abstract, or they needed to be literal, or they needed to use an unconventional item or something, because if you follow that rule and you create art, then you've succeeded, because that's the only level of scrutiny or judgment that can be brought against your piece of artwork. But here they were actually being judged on into a level of the judge's personal feelings towards the art, which it shouldn't matter. Anyways, I'm off on a tangent because that show really made me angry every single week, and I'm so glad that it's not online and not being put through whatever channel it was that was doing it. I don't even remember. But that's still really hard, even as a human being, to get over, is to put yourself against other people. And I get comments sometimes on my sketch videos that are praise, and that's really nice, and I really enjoy seeing them, and I'm glad people are enjoying the videos and stuff. And there's a part of me that thinks there's people who are doing it better than me. There's people doing it better than me, and that makes me feel a little sad for a little bit. And then I think, what else would I be doing? I have no other callings. I am not good at so many other things that to give this up would be giving up a part of me that would always be there. If I stopped drawing on the level that I'm doing, say for my comic, say for commissions, for making art to sell in other facets, you know, I would still be pulling out my sketchbook and drawing. I would never be walking away from it. And I think that it's really hard to, as an artist, to get over that feeling of just because someone's doing it better than me, or we feel they're doing it better than you, that your art then becomes obsolete and would be better if it wasn't out there. Now, I don't know if you struggle with those feelings or thoughts, but I have, and I do still. And here I am 31 years old, and I've been taking commissions and doing artwork since I was 13. So it doesn't go away. All you can do is notice it about yourself, know that you don't like it, and get over it yourself. No one else is going to be able to make you get over it until you look at yourself and realize that, you know, it doesn't really matter what they're doing. I can appreciate it, enjoy it, and even praise them for it. But that shouldn't mean that I should stop doing it as well. So for anybody who has thought about stopping or has felt this way or knows of different ways to get over this, I'd love to hear your thoughts. So please leave comments below. If you want to open a discussion, I'm there and ready to be talking about these things. I always enjoy hearing what other people's struggles are as artists or former artists, if you have left it behind, and how you feel about that and if you've returned to it or not. So that's it for this time's Art Explained. Hopefully next time I'll be coming back with an actual hands-on video showing you something, but I was recently in the UK and coming back I have not had the time to put together a video for that. But I am cutting some videos of my trip, which will be up soon. And there's of course the sketch videos and my streamings that I do that you can check out. So that is all, and I will see you guys later, and I look forward to your discussion below. Bye.